Hello and welcome. You are here with Jason Ott, and this is Let's Talk About It. Today, I have a fun topic. This is a fun topic for me to talk about it because this is how I logically prove what healing is, okay? I throw that term around a lot, but I thoroughly believe the human body is designed to heal if you let it live in the proper environment to allow that, which is called homeostasis. I study healing. I love meeting people who have overcome diseases. I love to read their stories. I love to read practitioners tell stories that they specialize in, from heart disease to diabetes to autoimmune conditions. I like to know the processes and the way these people live their life to assist their body in what it is already trying to do constantly, which is return to homeostasis. So first and foremost, we have to get out of homeostasis, which then allows us to have to go through the process of healing, okay? You could look at it scientifically and just say, well, you lived in a certain way that brought you out of homeostasis, which is, let's define it for you right now so we can get to it. So the definition of homeostasis, non-specifically as related to anything other than the term, is the tendency toward a relatively stable equilibrium between interdependent elements, and to go through that in changes of environment, psychological, physiological, whatever it may be. Okay. Now, if we related it to human body or living life forms, it is the ability of an organism or environment to maintain stability in spite of external changes or internal changes. Okay, so let's make that a lot more simple. What happens when you get sick with a flu virus? All right, you catch a flu virus or a cold virus. In that moment, you are no longer in homeostasis because you're sick. Your system's compromised. One of the factors of our body that determine if we are in proper working condition, like you go to a doctor, you say, hey doc, I'm not feeling well, and they run vitals. Let's check your heart rate, let's check your pulse, let's get your temperature, let's look at your eyes, let's look at your ears. They're doing this because when someone is sick or has something going on, when they're no longer in homeostasis, these values change, like body temperature. Right? When we get sick, our temperature elevates past where it should be constantly at 98.6. Now, this varies person to person just by a little bit, but no one's going to have a temperature of 100 or 101 unless their system isn't compromised, unless their system is not working optimally, which is homeostasis, right? So we can look at that on a very small thing like a flu virus, but we can also look on that as a very large thing like heart disease and cancers and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and those type of things, right? So we can look at it more intense or on a very small scale. So simply put, our body, we have these list of vitals. We're born, we're in this world, we have these set things that if we're checking out on, the human body's good to go. You're functioning, you're in homeostasis, you're good. That's why they normally draw blood work. If they can't figure out anything on those first couple vitals, they say, let's take some blood, let's see what's going on. Let's take an MRI, let's do a CAT scan, such and such and such. They're trying to find things that do not fall in alignment with being healthy or being in homeostasis. Are you guys with me? I hope you're with me so far because I got to get a little deep here. So once we've done that, now we have this measure, right? So in health, I guess I should say in the medical community, and not all medical, right? Just Western, mostly conventional and Western medicine. Alternative practices like functional, and I guess functional and lifestyle medicine are technically under the Western umbrella, but they're extensions, right? And they're extensions because they value outside or external environmental factors creating physiological changes inside the human body, which lead to us being diseased or diseased, right? We are no longer in ease or homeostasis. We are diseased. We're diseased, right? We have something going on. So when we look at it like that we have these metrics to show us going out of balance, what about the metrics to show us going back into balance? Now, we just wait for those things to go away, but are there things that we can do to help change that environment, as the definition states, inside the body and outside of the body to help us return back to that place, which I call healing. So the body has a normal, built-in process of always trying to be in homeostasis, which is the human body is designed to try and heal itself always and forever from anything ever coming against it. It's trying to survive, right? So to me, these things go hand in hand. We're not just going to get sick, else we wouldn't have an immune system. As soon as we, boom, get one virus, we're dead, right? So we have this built-in intelligence in the human body, which is constantly trying to keep us at a state of ease. It's trying to keep us at a healthy state. This is called homeostasis, whether we're talking about me getting sick or an organ failure or, I cut my leg and it starts to clot. When we look at diabetes, it's A1C, your glucose is high, your blood sugars are through the roof, you're not regulating sugars well, what's wrong with the pancreas, what's wrong with your insulin production, what's going on. Viruses, I mentioned getting a flu and the temperature coming up, and then there's antibodies in the blood. Why is my body producing antibodies? It's trying to maintain its healthful state. So it's constantly trying to heal itself. That's why I cannot stand the theory that exists that there are actual autoimmune conditions attacking the body. One, I'm sorry if this upsets you because you have an autoimmune condition, but it's a theory still. It has never been proven a fact. It has been a theory for 40 years that they can't figure out why this is happening inside the human body. The human body is trying to maintain homeostasis and come back to being healthy. The antibodies in your blood and in your body are trying to help you heal, but there's something blocking that healing process. This is where I step in. This is where lifestyle medicine, this is where herbalists step in. This is where healers of all kinds step in and say, wait. The human body is always trying to get in this state, but sometimes it gets to the point that it just doesn't have enough oomph. It knows what to do, but it needs more help. Can we help it in some way, shape, or form? Yes, we can. So let's start with a very simple example of how the body heals and returns to homeostasis. All right, we have to start with a contradicting belief, which is, well, food makes you sick. If you eat the wrong things, it's not good for you. But what about this other belief? That if you eat the wrong things, or the right things, you can get better. It can help you heal. I mean, we kind of hear about it with flu and cold season. Oh, take more vitamin C, get vitamin D. If you get these things, it's going to help your immune system. Okay, we're kind of hearing it. But there's a lot more to the story than that. Because if you got a virus, just going to be honest with you, the flu virus, the vaccine that's made, we incubate that flu virus on eggs, unfertilized eggs, okay? Why? Because it feeds off of eggs. So great, take all the vitamin C you want. If you're eating eggs every day and you got a flu virus in you, you're going to keep the flu virus in you because you're giving it food. That's how the flu shot is made. Look it up. So it's not as simple as just throwing stuff in to help stage the environment for your body to return to homeostasis or heal. So there's a contradicting belief that's out there, and I got a problem with it because I have people and clients that go see their doctor. Doctor says, hey, you need to start exercising and you need to eat better. Okay, well, what do you mean? Well, you need to eat better. Get with a nutritionist, get with somebody, but you can't eat this, and this anymore because of what you got going on. Have a high cholesterol? Stop eating so much cholesterol. Got high blood pressure? Take the sodium out, okay? Can't have that anymore. Great, gonna do it. We have these things, but we have nothing to give the patients to help resolve that. So that they're forced to outsource it in steps empowered prevention, because then we can open up that clear line of communication between the patient, the doctors, the chiropractors, the acupuncturists, whatever your health team looks like, and me, and we figure out how does this work. So if homeostasis is the ability of an organism or environment to maintain stability in spite of changes from environmental factors and internal factors, what do we have at our hands here? What can we use around us to help? Well, the first thing is the internal factors are staged by your food, period. It's what you put in your mouth hole. If you're going to put it in your body, it will affect your immune system. It will affect your ability to heal or not heal. It will affect your ability for your organs to function at a high rate or low rate. It will either encourage more toxicity in your body or discourage toxicity. These things matter a lot, okay? So we've got to first start with what we're internally putting in our body, all right? So with that, that's all the stuff that I talk about, all right? Foods that heal, fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, as many whole natural foods as possible. The things that have high amount of vitamins, the things that have high amount of antioxidants, the things that have a high amount of enzymes and phytochemicals and minerals. We want foods with the highest amount, not foods that have some, the highest amount of immune boosting foods. We want it coming in your body. This is true for if you got 100 pounds to lose. This is true for if you have heart disease. Look up all the doctors. This is true with diabetes. This is true with autoimmune conditions. This is true with cancers. This is literally true for every disease known to man. If you look up the people who reverse these conditions, that's it. Period. External factors. This is why we created lifestyle medicine. External factors. What do you got going on? How stressed are you? How do you deal with your emotions? Well, not all lifestyle medicine goes into this, but how do you deal with these things? Do you have a spiritual practice? How do you view food? What are your relationships with? Do you have fun? I mean, all of these factors matter externally. Stress, the bad kind of stress. Because there's the good kind, which is I'm going to go exercise and that puts a stress on your body, but only to a certain point. But there's the bad stress that increases cortisol which will then lead to you destruction of gut bacteria. And destruction of gut bacteria is decreased immune function. Decreased immune function leaves your body more susceptible to uptake some sort of a disease. Okay? So you're kind of with me here. That homeostasis is much more than any of these things, right? Or just one thing. But the body is naturally trying to return to that point all the time when you get out of it. So what normally happens? You get sick. We're going to just stay with acute things. It's winter, it's, kids go back to school, a virus comes around your house. What happens? You get really tired. Well, why do you think that happens? You get really tired because you're using less energy to do all the crap you got to do in a day, and your body can use all of that energy, if you slow down and you sleep and you rest, to heal, to return to a non-diseased state, to return to homeostasis. You have a way that you are designed intentionally to thrive at. And that point, when it changes, your body will stop you. It will stop you. That's why we get sick. It is a warning shot. It is a warning sign. Please, dear God, stop. Give me as an example. I started out early on. This is back when I, ex-basketball player, wanted to be the biggest bodybuilder in the world. Not really, but that's what I enjoyed. I ate like a meathead. I was a straight up meathead. So early on in that process, got a little blood in my stool. Whatever. Keep on living the way. Keep eating how I'm eating. Keep living how I'm living. Who cares? Now my blood pressure's starting to get a little high. Okay, body's trying to tell you how you're living, how you're eating. It's not good for your homeostasis. You guys are going to hate that word by the end of this. But it's not good for it because you're getting warning signs. Those vitals that the doctors check when you go there, they're starting to tell you, dude, you got to make a shift. Who cares? Whatever. I feel good. I feel good. I look good. I got 10% body fat. What the heck? I'll just keep going. All right, keep going. All right, well, Jason, now your blood pressure has turned into pre-hypertension. It's getting kind of high. Maybe you should stop what you're doing. Maybe you should change your diet. Maybe you should lose a little weight. Probably not super healthy for you to keep packing on these pounds, even though it's muscle. It's jacking with your organs. Clearly, it's jacking with your organs because now you're pre-hypertensive in your early 20s. Yeah, I know. But I'm not going to listen. So during this process over these years, my body is out of homeostasis. It's out of whack. It's not in a good functioning state. It's not balanced. It's not in an eased state. It's becoming diseased. So it's slowly trucking around. Now I'm full-blown hypertension. So in order to be there, you're going to need a blood pressure of 140 over 90 or above. And I was there constantly, anywhere from 145 up to 155, 160, and I stayed above the 90s always. So I'm now in or well, teeter-tottering back and forth according to my doctor, from pre-hypertension to hypertension in my early 20s. Not good. My liver's taking a hit. So then what did I finally do? All right, you know what? Maybe I'm not meant to be 240 pounds, just a brick house of muscle. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to get down to around 230. I'm going to keep eating what I'm eating, putting the stuff in my body that I'm going to put in my body. Good to go. Well, then, now I have digestion issues. Didn't listen to the blood pressure, kept it up. Didn't pay attention to the spotting of blood in my stool. Then it got to the point that I couldn't even go to the bathroom. My stomach hurt so bad. I would eat one meal a day and stay bloated and inflamed. Wasn't losing weight either. It was just stuck in me like a rock, which then it turned into full-blown blood in my stool every single time I went to the bathroom. My body is trying to get back, but due to my actions of sitting there, eating the same foods I'm eating, doing the same type of exercise, living the same type of life, YOLO, going out on the weekends, having fun, drinking, eating bad food, even though I'd go exercise 5 days a week, it didn't matter. My body was sending me warning shots saying, please stop. And I wasn't listening. So I entered this state because of the foods that I ate. Now here's where things got messed up, because when I started asking around, well, what can I do to get rid of this? People laughed. What do you mean get rid of it? You don't get rid of stuff. You get on medications. Oh, well, I didn't have it before, and it slowly came into my body. And it's not like I woke up and was just like, felt good one day, and the next morning I woke up and had colitis and high blood pressure and adrenal fatigue and all of this. I ran my own self into the ground. Granted, it was from ignorance. I had no clue what was going to happen, but I had warning shots. But in my head, I go, how do I get rid of this now? So the contradicting belief that if you live a certain way, you'll get sick, but all we get is stop. Stop. Eat healthier. These vague statements. So what I learned then, I slowly started losing weight. I cleaned up my diet a bit more. I started putting more fresh foods in. I started getting more fiber in my diet because I knew that would help my digestion. And I slowly got to the point that I didn't have blood in every stool. I still did every week. I did have that, which was scary stuff. I slowly started to get my blood pressure to come down. Okay, things are starting to get better. And then I came across actual foods that promote healing or speed up what your body is already trying to do, which is return to homeostasis, which is return to optimal organ function in every organ. Return to the major systems in your body, the lymphatic system, the nervous system, the digestive system, the immune system, yes, the muscular system, yes, the skeletal system. All these systems function optimally when we are healthy, right? Or when we are healthy, they function optimally, right? Then I discovered that. I discovered people that were like, no, 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 no. You have to learn to manage your stress. You have to get control of your emotions. Having a spiritual practice would really help your stress levels to believe in something outside yourself. Understanding that the food that you put in your mouth matters 100% to if you will have healthy cells. Logically, it makes sense, right? We eat food, the food becomes us. Within 30 days, the skin that we see was the meal you had 30 days ago. That the nutrients in it determine that, right? So we know this, but no one ever talks about it. So the body is, if you get what I'm saying, the body is always trying to return to the state. When you go, for example, I'll use my family. When my mother had cancer, we got the tumor taken out. They cut her head open. They took the tumor out. They sealed it back up. They stapled that. She goes home. What makes her return to health? She goes home. She sits on the damn couch. And then what? The body is constantly rebuilding. It's constantly trying to return to homeostasis. No one gave her any pill to make her bone heal faster. No one gave her any pill to help her immune system boost, because it doesn't exist other than eating fruits and vegetables. No one gave her a pill to rebuild her connective tissue or repair her nervous system. That doesn't exist. Go home. You need to rest. You need to rest. You need to rest. Eat healthy. When you get a chance and you feel strong enough, start to exercise. This is the advice every doctor in the damn country gives us after events. Go home and rest, because the body heals itself. Now, Western medicine stages the environment correctly, or they try to get your system stable so that you can rest, so that the body can do what it's designed to do intelligently. They absolutely do that. You need to have a good doctor. You have to understand the process of Western medicine. It is not to heal you, it is to treat and stabilize you so that the body then will do what it is designed to do, and that is to rebuild and regenerate. Every cell in the body dies off. An old cell that runs its lifespan dies off and new ones come in. I'm not keeping the same heart cell that I had when I was born on day one when I'm 31 years old. That's not the same heart cell. That thing has died off multiple times and new ones come in, just like muscles, just like bones, just like skin, etc., etc. So it's always doing this. The definition is homeostasis. I just change it and say it's actually healing. Because when you then live a lifestyle, which is the point of functional medicine and lifestyle medicine, in which you live in a way that allows this process to go faster, because you can. There's foods that you can eat for your endocrine system. There's foods you can eat for your lymphatic system. These things that help rebuild our body, our immune system. We hear vitamin C, but there's tons more foods you can throw in that have a larger range of micronutrients to rebuild your body. So when we look at it like that, it's like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. The human body's always trying to be healthy, always, 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 always. And we just need to eat the right foods and live the correct lifestyle in order to speed this up and get to that end result of returning to health after I disrupted my homeostasis and put myself in a disease state because I was doing things that I was ignorant to and didn't know. I did them and messed myself up. My mom did it to herself, and tons of other people are doing it to themselves, and they don't know. So, to sum all this up, healing, when I mention that, is really your body's natural way of returning to homeostasis. Your body always wants to be healthy. If it is not healthy, there's something going on inside you internally or externally in your environment that you need to change. And when you change, your body will then have the correct environment internally and externally to begin getting itself healthy again. This does take time. It really does. It takes months and it can take years. We have a person that's completing our Empowered University program, and she's been working towards her goal because she was told that she was going to go on insulin if she doesn't change her life. She didn't know how to change it. She didn't know what foods to eat or how to live. She knew what not to do, but she didn't know what was going to prevent her from getting on insulin and lowering her A1C and her blood sugar and her blood pressure and her triglycerides and getting all that stuff done. A year later now, she's off multiple medications. Her A1C is better than it's been in 15 plus years, and we stage the environment for the human body to do what it knows how to do. And that is my biggest message. That's the biggest point I'm trying to make to everybody I come in contact with. If you live in a correct way, which I know how to do that for you. I know how to teach you to do that. I can give you all the resources. I can connect you with the right doctors so you're under the right care. I know what to do for you guys. When you do that, health is yours. It's waiting for you. It's your God-given right to be healthy, and you will have it when you live in the right manner. The key here is, because I am passionate about it, is you have to catch it soon enough. You have to get ahead of it early enough. And you have to have the belief that you will come out the other side. If you do not believe in what I'm telling you, you will constantly say in sickness, despite what your body's trying to do. That's how powerful the mind is. And if you don't take these daily actions, and when you hear this message, if you don't start making changes right then and there, just start with the things you know you shouldn't have. Do not let time run out on you. Don't do that to yourself, okay? I've seen people completely put their diseases in remission, and I've seen them go the other way because they just did not listen soon enough, okay? If you guys got any questions over this, I hope I made healing make more sense of scientifically how the body actually heals. That's how. We know that the body returns to homeostasis. That is literally what Western medicine is based off of. Get the person stable, get them to where their body's not freaking out, tell them to go rest, and let their body do the rest. That's really what it's based off of, okay? There aren't cures. in Western medicine. It's let's get it to stabilize so the person can then work on the root cause of it. That's what the name of the game is, or at least treat so it doesn't get worse. So their whole model's built off of this. I hope I made sense. If you have any questions, please email me, Jason@Empowered Prevention. I would be honored to help you out and point you in the right direction, and use me as an absolute resource for you guys. As always, you deserve to be well, and living a thriving life is yours for the taking. I'll talk to you guys soon.